J.H.Waggoner, 1868. To J.C. We still think the statement is correct that you refer to, namely, that the atonement is made, the sanctuary cleansed, before Satan is brought to take any part in the transaction. The scapegoat was not brought into the sanctuary, and the sanctuary must be cleansed from the sins of the people, or else those sins would remain there, instead of being brought and put on the scapegoat. You seem to consider the work of cleansing the sanctuary and its vessels one thing, and the cleansing of the people another thing. By reading Leviticus 16:16, he shall make an atonement for the whole place because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel. You see, they are identical. The name mercy seat is significant. The glory of God is above it, and the law of God beneath it. The priest bearing the sins of the people enters there, and the place is defiled. But the blood which makes atonement is sprinkled between the lawgiver and his violated law, and justice is honored, and the sinner forgiven. This, we understand, is the blotting out of sin. Here at the mercy seat, mercy is administered. And now, the sin being removed from the people and from the presence of God, it only remains to put them on the scapegoat and send them away. In the antitype, an angel is represented as coming down from heaven and laying hold of Satan, binding him, etc. But the plagues have been previously poured out, and evidently the sanctuary above will be cleansed before the plagues are poured out. Certainly before the Savior comes and the devil is bound. And it is before this that it is said, "He that is holy, let him be holy still," showing that the work is accomplished for the saints, and their characters are completed before God. Some have been troubled over Leviticus 16:10, where the scapegoat is reserved also to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. While in general the definition of the original is to cover, expiate, or forgive, Gesenius gives as one definition to do away or obliterate. Now we have always contended that the forgiveness of sin was relative, not absolute, as most writers on the atonement insist. That is, when the sin is forgiven and removed from God's people, it still has an existence and falls somewhere else. In the type, on the scapegoat, in the antitype, on the devil. And when he is destroyed, sin perishes with him. It is in his extinction, literally done away or obliterated. In this sense only has he anything to do with an atonement. But as soon as the sins of Israel are removed from the Most Holy, the place of judgment, the work is finished for them, and the priest no longer bears sin to represent them, but to place them on the head of their originator. Practically, as far as the people of God are concerned, it would not make a particle of difference whether laid on Satan or disposed of somewhere some other way. They are secure when the blood on the mercy seat has produced release for them, as they are acquitted at the throne of judgment.